Hello, JavaScripters. Bruce here with a request video. Okay, I won't say who requested it, but maybe you'll be able to guess at who requested it based on the demo. So the request was, hey Bruce, you know, is there anything other than JSON data that we can get back when we make an AJAX request? So I said, well, of course. You can get back XML data. You can get back anything you want, okay? Or send anything you want for that matter, okay? So I just put together a little demo that talks about how to grab data from an XML file, okay? So the way I architected this small solution was to create a file called xml.php, and this file's sole job was to create one variable here on line 2 and assign it all this XML code here, okay? All that XML code, and then its job is to echo it or send it back to the thing that called it, okay? So, yeah. So pretty simple there, right? Okay. So I then created a small HTML file and it's called getXML, and I have a H1 on line 8 that says Bilal's books. Okay, hint, hint. Okay, so then you can see here I have a call to what do you call it? The Google jQuery CDN, and then here's my document ready event. And I just use a $.get here because it was a simple request. I didn't need anything more. And here it's calling xml.php, and the callback here is this anonymous function, which is getting data sent back. Then it's the job of my little script here, okay, to do something with all that data. So what I'm doing here is using jQuery. I'm saying, hey, take the data that you got back and use the .find method, okay, to find the key book. And then we're going to iterate through each one you find, okay? So if you're not familiar with the jQuery .find, okay, function, go look it up, okay? So then I say initialize a variable called HTML, just set it to blank right now. And then I'm going to say, hey, this, okay, happens to be something called $book, and I'll show you why I did that. So this, okay, this thing right here is equal to the variable $book. And then on the next line, I just use $book, which happens to equal $this in jQuery terms. And then I look for the attribute in the XML called ID. So if you go back to the XML here, you can see here that here's a book, and it has an attribute with an ID of BK101. And the next book on line 13 has an ID of BK102, etc. Okay, now just know you have to understand XML in order to get this to work. But again, I think you should still continue to watch. So the next thing I'm going to do on line 18 is find the book's title and get the text. Same thing with author, genre, and price, and those are tags inside of the XML file. I grab the publish date and the description, and then I just put it all together in, on the page using jQuery. So check it out. Ready? Check it out. So here we are. I'll refresh, and it made a request, an AJAX request to the web server to xml.php, and it returned back all this beautiful data here for Bilal to see his books. Okay, so let's look at the console here and just look at the elements to make sure I did this right. Div ID book list, and each side inside there it is. That's all the stuff I was looking for. So we did it. So again, yeah, you can use AJAX to get JSON, XML, HTML, images, send files, receive files, you name it, you can do it. So thanks for the request, Bilal.